To survive in the world without peace. Peace means mental peace. Peace means environmental peace, not in the pieces. So, how we can be united, how we can enjoy this life, from that aspect, our humanity starts. For a few seconds, again, I'm requesting all of you to be with us. Our guest is joining very soon. Yesterday, we had a word about the role of humanity in or aligned with NEP. If we look at NEP aspect, that has given a very wonderful opportunity as well. No one is denying with the importance of that humanity. But again, everyone again talks about the questions. People think a lot. So today's speaker will definitely highlight the things and we'll find the answers of our questions. Meanwhile, you can prepare certain queries in your mind as the topic I have told you, the 21st century education, why humanity matter more than ever. Like if we talk about the past, all the science was in the form of Shastra. When we talk about the medical science, it was known as Chikitsa Shastra. When we talk about the architect, it was known as Vastukala, Shilpkala. When we talk about that physics, chemistry, and all, known as Rasayan Shastra and Bhautik Shastra. So that was in the form of, I should say, knowledgeable things. Now, knowledge has become little bit materialistic. So everyone is running towards that. I think my guest is somewhere. Meanwhile, Dr. Ms. Sharon, kindly give me the screen sharing rights as well.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Um, okay. Thank you. I am here with my department, with my school, that we have Dr. Prasannata with us, who will assist us in resolving or any type of
Good
technical.
afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, dear. And today, actually, yes, we were talking about why humanity is more than ever. The speaker is from, I should say, from the bucket of gem. कहते हैं ना कि नवरत्नों में से निकाल कर लाना. So I'm trying. Yes.
Good
Today's
afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, ma'am?
I'm also fine. Yes, our guest has joined us. Before introducing the gem from that which I have, I should say, um, stolen from KIET Ghaziabad. I would like to give you, ma'am, a virtual tour of my organization.
Okay.
We are actually living, staying in a lap of nature. You will enjoy it. And I again request you to visit our university physically. So you may also enjoy the beauty. That is actually legacy of PCET Trust, serving more than 30 years, well surrounded with the nature towards Lonavla. Greenery is wonderful. temperature rarely gets high. If I talk about the temperature, it maximum is 35 or 36 at the max. Well connected students can reach easily from their own vehicle. We provide buses as well. We had School of Sciences where we are giving AIML and AIDS as a specialization. Here we are, School of Humanities and Liberal Arts, serving in 3 different streams, English, Economics, and Liberal Arts, along with BA LLB. Working on the holistic development of our students, giving them exposure to the industry, to the society, everywhere they are allowed to go to enrich themselves with a variety of experiences. So that is our university, ma'am. I request you whenever you got holidays, whenever you got any summer break, winter break, kindly visit us. I'm here.
Sure, ma'am.
My
Sure,
trust.
100%. If you have not seen me this video, I was knowing about your institute back before because of Dr. Sonia Verma. So I have visited virtually before. So it is beautiful because she used to say, and she still says a lot about the institute, and she's so happy, and she's so happy working with you also.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So yesterday I would like again to introduce Dr. Priyanka Sharma ji. She is associated with Department of Humanities and Social Sciences. She has versatile experience in the field of academics, in the field of research, in the field of admin. She has guided some students, rather I should say, n number of students because I'm not having exact number. She has guided n number of research scholars as she is a wonderful mentor, a supervisor, a guide. In the same mode, she has a large number of papers in her credential. And recently, she got her one patent published. Congratulations, ma'am, for that.
Thank you,
And
ma'am.
she is a wonderful blend of, I should say, reasoning, yeah, or logic, as well as
Cool.
heart. Because her area of interest is criticism and poetry. Poetry, a matter of heart, criticism, a matter of mind. Rarely found such type of blend, and we have with us. And another thing, people generally talk about British, American, Canadian, Russian literature. Ma'am is talking or used to talk about again the mixed culture that is Indo-Anglian. So we have we used to find rarely such type of personality, and I'm glad that today my certain colleagues and some students are going to be benefited, ma'am, with the words. And no doubt, I'm also from the humanity background, but most of the time I make people understand money is not everything. Like कहते हैं कि पैसे से भूख नहीं खरीद सकते, खाने खाने के लिए भूख की जरूरत होती है. दैट इज ह्यूमैनिटी. सो नाउ द प्लेटफॉर्म इज योर्स, मैम, टू मेक आवर स्टूडेंट रियलाइज in the life, money is important, career is important, but the selection of the area should be in a very logical way where you can earn and they can live peacefully as well. Over to you, ma'am.
Thanks for such a wonderful introduction, ma'am. Still, there are a lot to do because it's not the end. We
It's
are
a
the teachers,
beginning.
but we are the learners also. So
Yes,
we cannot chase. We should not stop chasing.
exactly.
This is my funda is. So I'm going to share my screen with you.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it visible now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Very clear.
Okay. Again, thank you so much, ma'am, for a wonderful introduction. And the presentation which I'll be giving today is on the basis of 21st century education. And I'll be discussing why the humanities still matter a lot. Because in 21st century, there are so many dilemmas in the mind of people and student that why in the digital era, we have to take the subjects of humanities. So I'll be starting the presentation of mine with a very beautiful quotation, which goes like this: that education is about empowerment, about cultivating a human being to the highest possible potential, a tool for fulfilling the immensity of being. Here, ma'am, I would like to address to everybody that when I'm talking about the intermingle of 21st century with the subjects of humanities, then where what I'm saying is that 21st century education is basically about giving students the skill, because it is a skill based education era where they need to learn and succeed in the world which is called as new, and helping them grow the confidence to the practice these skills. So I can add to this quotation that the subjects of arts and humanities basically teach us who we are and what can we be, means what we are basically and how far we can go, as it says that miles to go before I sleep, like that. So they lie at the very core of the culture of which we are the part of. So moving ahead, let's talk about Generation Z. But before coming to the Generation Z, I would like to state one example. Uh, I still believe and I still, remember that when I was pursuing my degree or maybe the research work, I have seen that I was having very less number of, knowledge seekers, and even I was not being able to get the information. Only the source of information for me was the library. So we used to go to the Delhi, we used to go on every Saturday to Delhi and Sahitya Academy to get the matter. But today the Generation Z is living in ocean of the knowledge. So Generation Z basically tech savvy, they are empowered, they are prematurely mature, they are protected, they are risk averse, and they are pampered. But here I am asking one question, that what Generation Z thinks about the higher education and basically the subjects related to the humanities. So, ma'am, I would like to say that it is no surprise that Generation Z has a distinct viewpoint, because they believe in a different manner on pursuing their academic careers. This is somewhere or the other, it is a fact that the academic ladder is a very complicated and diversified for this generation. Rather, we are having in a very smooth era. And you can say that, if we talk about Generation Z, so they have a facility of online courses, flexible learning frameworks, worldwide possibilities. The generation has able to customize their education plan as per their own need and ambitiousness. So Generation Z continues to push boundaries. So they are empowered actually, and they shattered the stereotype things, the traditions, the educations, and everything, and they establish a new avenue to the higher education. So Generation Z people think that combination of 21st century along with the humanities subjects, they do wonders. Let's go to the another slide. Here I'm talking about 21st century skills. Let me talk about the 21st century skills first. So here I have mentioned that it is the way of thinking, like in 21st century, the tools for working, the tools, the way of their working, and the living in their world. And if we have talked about the ways of their thinking, so creativity, critical thinking, learning to learn, that's the major issues. And what are the tools of their working in 21st century is like information literacy, which I'll be discussing later, and ICT literacy. And the ways of working is collaboration and communication. Again, I'll be discussing these 2 points. And living in the world is personal, social, and cultural, and to become a global citizen rather than a local citizen. So these are all the skills of 21st century. We can say these are the characteristics, the features, or you can call it a requisites of 21st century skills education. Along with that, I would like to add that these education skills are essential competencies. And these students need to thrive in today, because today the era is totally changing. It's increasing a lot because technology has come up, and the era has become technology driven and interconnected with the world. The world has become so small, so these skills are often grouped into three main categories, which I have mentioned here. And these are learning skills, literacy skills, and the life skills. So I'll be exploring these skills along with those 4 C's. Now, what are these 4 C's I have mentioned here? Creativity, critical thinking, communication, and collaboration. Let's have a look again. Now, we are the educators, we are the teachers. Everybody of us know about these skills of these rubrics of 4 C's. Now, if we talk about critical thinking, it says that the student is able to analyze, evaluate and synthesize the information. And it should have a possibility that the student has a skill of problem solving. He should have a logical reasoning in his mind. He is being able to make a decisions at his own. And when we talk about creativity, so like thinking outside the box and generating new ideas, because this is the need of the hour. Innovation and ability to think in a different and multi-dimensional perspective. And definitely, when we talk about collaboration, so teamwork, communication, interpersonal skills, like all the soft skills, which we talk about collaborations. A student should be able to effectively work together under, any situation, diverse situations, or maybe multicultural setting. And we talk about the communication, which is the 4th C. It means uh, much able to communicate, it be a verbal or be it be a written. He is able to listen carefully, means all the LSRW skills. So when we talk about communication, digital communication also, and media literacy also. So it's like that 4 C's of this 24th century skills are becoming more important for the educators and for the students also. Because we educators are giving these 4 skills to our students, and somewhere or the other, they are imbibing this in their mind or maybe in their personality. Let's come to the another. Now, this is again talking about the core subjects of 21st century themes. And here I will talk about the literary skills, which I was just telling that I'll be discussing on. So, literary skills basically is of 3 words, and these initials are IMT. Now, I is information literacy, M is media literacy, and T is technology literacy. So when we talk about information technology, it means understanding the knowledge, reliable knowledge, and working on it. When we talk about media literacy, means understanding the influence of media on one's personality, ability to create and interpret the various media forms in front of the student or maybe in front of the educators. And when we talk about technology in literacy, it means proficiency of digital tools and platforms like ICT, which I have earlier mentioned in the PPT. So these are the literary skills, and these are literacy skills which are based on INT. As I have mentioned that it is life and career skill, learning and innovative skills, information media and technical technology skills. So basically these are IMT skills which is required so that a student can become as a global citizen, and we have to take the student from local to global. So this is all about 21st century. Now question comes, why humanities matters a lot. In 21st century, where there is a skill-based education, where collaboration, adaptability, where innovation is increasing a lot, then what is the need of humanities? So let me take you back to the history of humanities. See, the word humanities is not an English word. It has come from a Latin word means humanitas. And humanitas means human nature and human quality. So when I'm talking about human nature and human quality, so there is a book called Men Without Chest. And it says in point number one, he argues that human reasoning has three components: the head, which is called intellect, you can take it to the science, the chest, emotion, you can take it to the humanities, and the belly, instinct. So basically, I'm talking about when there is no chest in the body of a human being, then there is no point. When only the intellect is working and only being human is not being there, then there is no point, when there is no emotions. So in the ancient time also, humanities subjects were considered to be very important, very essential for the free and educated people. It's not for the uneducated people. Humanities were being taught and were being taken by the educated people because they learn grammar, they learn rhetoric things, poetry, and history. Other than that, law, medicine, and engineering. So it's like that humanities still matters from the past till date today. Now again, the same question. It teaches us both cognitive and emotional skills. So it talks about the head and the chest also. So today the humanities meaning has expanded. No, it's not been a short because so many subjects has also introduced in it. So the meaning has been expanded to include not only the classical subject, but the modern subject, the contemporary subjects that deal with social aspects, that deal with cultural aspects of human life. You can take subjects like sociology, anthropology, gender studies, and media studies. So these subjects are being, they are being coming up again and again and making the subject vast. The humanities is not only being narrow now, the stream is interdisciplinary. It has become it. And it encourages the students to explore the connection and interconnection in the different fields of education and maybe the different field of knowledge. So again, those who still argue that why humanities, then I would say that we learn from art generally argues that our engagement with the art arouses certain emotions and activities that are somewhere or the other facilitate or produces the knowledge. So this and that is the reason why humanities matter a lot still today. Now, again the same thing, what the humanities do. See, humanities has subjects like language, history, cultural, based on moral, spiritual, intellectual, and empathy. But I will say that subjects like history, literature, philosophy, art and history, art history basically, language, linguistics, cultural studies, religious studies, anthropology, they have a purpose actually. Every subject of humanities is with a purpose, and the purpose is specific. It's not general. It's like you can take the subject like history, the purpose is to study and interpret the past events, societies, and the cultures of the ancient time. And if you talk about philosophy, the purpose is to, investigate the fundamental question of existence and theory and criticism. If you talk about cultural studies, so exploring, analyzing the cultural phenomena, practices and identifications of others, or maybe you can say identities of others. If you talk about religion, then they have a specific reason. They hit on religious belief, practices, and institutional across the different colors, caste, creed, and different periods also. So it's not like that every subject is not with a specific reason. In humanities, every subject has a purpose, and definitely they have a purpose of development somewhere or the other. So I'll be talking later that how it is going to give a holistic development of a child. Now, next again, the same thing, why the humanities do for us. So this slide is again talking a lot about what humanities do with us, but still I will say that the goal of humanities is to support global competency. A set of critical skill should be there in today's student. So I will say that by studying humanities, or maybe the subject of humanities, it's the individual is gaining not only the deeper knowledge of what you can call it to be a human, but definitely he is understanding the complexities of a human experience, the factors that shapes our world. So it's not only understanding human, but it's like understanding each and everything about the human, or maybe related to his culture. As I have mentioned in this, that the humanities encourages us to think creatively. The humanities teaches us the critically and logic to think and deal logically and critically with subjective, complex, imperfect information. So it's not like that students are not understanding. They develop a skill to listen, and they have a very good perspective, they have a good experience, and they learn effectively so that they can have their own perception, and they can create their own perception and experiences. So ultimately you can say that these skills are partner with people, they take action in communities, they solve issues of great importance. So people learn a set of critical skills. That what I was just mentioning. That it's not only learning the subject, it's learning the complete set of the skill, which is a requirement of 21st century education. Because 21st century education is not only education, it is about skill based education. Let's come to the another slide. Now it's talk about, in the last line I have mentioned the humanities develop information and critical citizens. Without the humanities, democracy will not be flourished. So same thing I'll be speaking again. Humanities students, they are engaged in a variety of scholarly activities, that support somewhere or the other the growth of their ability to a greater knowledge, or to a greater credible information. They think critically, they communicate effectively. So, a student of a humanities, you can check out, or you can find out in a crowd also, because they become adapted for moduling the questions, evaluating sources, synthesizing information, and they make connections and they seek information. And if we talk about the importance of humanities today, then I can say the cultural awareness, the critical thinking, and communication, ethical understanding, creative expression, and social engagement. So these are basically the importance of humanities. So they are aware of their culture, they think creatively, they communicate effectively, they have a knowledge of ethics also, they express effectively and creatively again, and they are engaged in society and societal. So that is the reason why humanities matter a lot in today's world. So now, the four domains. We educators are very much familiar about these four domains of global competencies, that are investigating the world, recognizing perspective, communicating the ideas, and taking actions. So, since we are the teachers, we deal with these four global competencies, and these are global. So every university, maybe Indian university or the foreign university, they believe in these four. So again, these four domains are having a purpose behind it. Though it has been mentioned over here, but still I would like to talk about the purpose of investigating the world. The investigating the world is like understanding the global issues and perspective. So you can call it investigating the world. And when we talk about recognizing perspective, so like understanding and appreciating different culture perspective to, or you can say different people, different type of people and different culture perspective towards the world views. And when we talk about communicating ideas, so definitely to communicate and share information and ideas with diverse uh, audiences. And then the taking actions, it has a purpose definitely to translate global understanding into informed, responsible, and ethical um, knowledge, or you can call it actions, or you can call it steps. So these are the four global competencies which are very important. They develop the skill in a student. They increase the information literacy. They increase the analytical skill in a student. They create a sensitivity, and these four skills somewhere or the other work on the communication skills of the student. Next slide is of the benefits of the humanities. It's talk simple. It is written here that it increases the social awareness. Critical thinking is the must because it is 21st century skill. Communication, because without communication there is nothing. If you are not being able to communicate with anybody, then there is no point. And foreign languages. So these are the basic benefits of it. Otherwise, I'll go to the next. These are again the benefits. So in this particular slide, I would like to say that humanities, hit, or you can say target to three domains of your personality. That is personal development, professional development, and societal development. When we talk about personal development, then critical thinking, obviously, because I'm using this word again and again because this is must. Cultural awareness and the sensitivity towards the culture, towards history, towards a different way of lives. Ethical understanding, because it is again a must, and creative expression, because creativity brings creative expression. And when we talk about the professional skills or a professional development of a student, then the number one is communication skills, number two is research skills, analytical skills, problem solving abilities, and interpersonal skills. Because interpersonal skills enhancing the teamwork, it enhancing the negotiation, it enhances the conflict resolution, and somewhere or the other, it works on understanding others' perspective. And when we talk about society, because we are a social animal, we have to live in society. So until we are not being making ourselves to the level of the society, then there is no point. So I can say that it touches towards the towards making a democratic process and societal, or you can say a social justice initiative. So when we talk about that child or a student is becoming a global citizen, then it means he has a social cohesion and understanding of the society. And he has adaptability, he has adaptive thinking also, so that in the rapid changing world, he is being able to make himself innovative and adaptive. So these are the basic benefits of humanities. And I have also mentioned here that language, culture, people, society, eras, and thinkers. So these basically work on mindset of a people, or you can say mindset of a student, a knowledge and skill. So this is humanities and the learning of humanities. Now the humanities matter a lot. I will talk about some arguments here that why it is still matters. So I will say that they foster social justice and equality. That's why humanities matter. Humanities matter because it make people understand the moral, spiritual, and intellectual sense of a world. That's why humanities matter a lot. Humanities teaches us the empathy. it talks about the empathy. It teaches us empathy. Humanities matters a lot because it teaches us to deal critically, logically with subjective, complex, and imperfect information also. And it somewhere or the other teaches us to weigh evidences, uh, critically adaptable, and consider more than ever on the sides of all the questions, maybe negative or maybe positive. Humanities and the student of humanities, maybe you can talk about the subjects or the students taking humanities, they build a skill in writing, and they build a skill in critical thinking also, or maybe a critical reading also. Humanities matter a lot because it encourages to think in a different manner, because we use intellect, we use our heart also. So that's why a combination of intellect and combination of heart, so it comes creative. And I will say that the subject teaches us to become more human, and of course the question about being human, which we can give the answers to the world. So I can say in this area, or about this PPT and slide, that the subject of humanities still matters in 21st century education, because it is it is based on your equality towards the science subjects, because you go with mind and heart and intellect. So that's why somewhere or the other you are a combination of these two. That's why the humanities subjects matter a lot. Now connecting it with NEP 2020, because every thing is now being connected to 2020. So I will say that NEP also plays a very important role, and NEP has given us the chance so that we can, intermingle the subjects based on science and based on your humanities. So there are the 10 benefits which I have mentioned here, and NEP has already been taken yesterday. So I will not go deep down, but still I will say that 10 parts are there, 10 benefits are there. It's like breaking down the traditional silos, multi-dimensional approaches, skill-oriented education for the future career, choice-based credit system, flexibility in entry and exit, vocational education and integration, technology-enabled learning, assessment reforms, preparing for lifelong learning, and global mobility and recognition. So these are the 10 characteristics or requisites basically, which makes or empower the student so that he is having a skill oriented based education, so that he can make his future a holistic one. So that is how and where the NEP empowers the student. Now again, it humanities or maybe the liberal education as per the NEP 2020, holistic approach of learning, active learning methodology, creative and critical thinking capacities, preparing student for a real world, and embracing the social responsibilities. So that is what I'm saying. The liberal arts and the humanities, NEP has given a chance so that we can, intermingle these two skills, creative skills or maybe analytical skills to the humanities part. So these again are working very fine. The combination of the science and the liberal arts, they are making a very good combination. And again, the student is performing well in it. And since the student is performing well in it, the holistic education is going on. Whether in terms, or you can say everybody is happy, be it be an educator or a promoter, because he provides more holistic education with more arts and humanities. Parents of the students are very happy because they are getting better learning outcomes in their children. And the students, they themselves are very happy because they are getting a chance of a well developed, well rounded personality and the knowledge of all those 21st century skills which has a capacity. So it's like that everybody, be it be a educator, promoter, parents or student, since NEP has given us the chance so that holistic uh, development of everyone is possible. So everybody can play a very good role, be it be any subject, and everybody is having that professional, technical, and vocational information. Coming to the next slide. Now, question arises that why it is important and what is the career. So, career is, as I have mentioned here, education and academia, journalism and media, public services and administration, non-profit organization and NGOs. You can have jobs in cultural institution and museum, publishing a paper also, research analysis, a public relation and communication. So if you talk about that, only these are the parts where we can get a job or maybe a career perspective, then my answer is no, because there are n number of jobs here. And if you talk about that, you can where you can have more jobs, then you can have jobs in journalism, you can have jobs in publishing, you can have jobs in teaching profession, working in the embassies, now advertisement and agencies like that. And when you talk about high paid jobs, then high paid jobs are also available, like content strategist, communication managers, content marketing managers, editor and technical writers, and proposal writers. So everywhere you can say that these people which takes the humanities as a subject, they stand shoulder to shoulder with anybody. They stand equal to the people, those who are taking a technical information or technical knowledge. Now, this is some data which I have mentioned here. As per the survey report of National Humanities Center in the year 2022, 2 years back, despite common misconceptions, 78% of humanities graduate expresses satisfaction with their earning. So it's not like that that whatever you earn, you don't feel good. There is a job satisfaction also. Next, in 2022, nearly 89% of the workers, again, with the bachelor degrees in humanities, they reported that they are satisfied with their job. So it's again that it works on their holistic development. So somewhere or the other, it gives a satisfaction to the workers also. Now, again, more than 90% of humanities graduate believe that they are contributing to society, they are contributing to the world, they are contributing to the country. So this, again, a very happy feeling and very much, given feeling. So this is again a very important where humanities and the subject of humanities plays a important role. Now, coming to the last, I would like to say that the students should think one time before leaving the subject of humanities, or maybe if you are not being able again, you are not convinced that we should take humanities, then I would say that you should again think that why you should not take arts, why you should not take humanities. It works on collaboration and corporate. It works on your communication. It works on making you creative. It works on the organization skills. It works on problem solving skills. It makes you self directed. It gives you a social responsible, makes you a social responsible person, and makes you fluent with the technology. Other than that, I would like to say that one key benefit of studying the humanities is the development of critical thinking skill, which is very much required nowadays. So students are encouraged to analyze text, ideas, and events, and somewhere it helps them to think critically and form their own point of view. And now point of view and making their own point of view is very important. Since I am teaching in the engineering college, I find my students that they lack with their point of view. Whatever the other student is saying, they believe that the other one is saying right, and we have to say yes or no as per his yes or no. So this should not be there. You should have a problem solving skill in you. You should have decision making skill in you. You should have effective communication in you. So these combination, these three essential skills, problem solving skills, decision making skills, and effective communication. These three skills are very much required in today's 21st century. And these three skills are subject of humanities skill. Other than that, many humanities program, the subjects rather, the many humanities program require students to write essays, give presentation, engage in discussion. And these help in developing their verbal and written communication skills because they lack in writing. All because there are so many AI tools are here. So my student, even I have seen that they cannot write even a single paragraph without the help of AI. So that is the thing that one should develop the writing and verbal ability, or maybe verbal communication skills. These skills are very essential for any career, be it be science career or be it be humanities career or any career, because they convey, you have to convey your ideas and you have to stop persuading others, those who are not going on a right direction. So overall, the study of humanities provide a wealth of professional benefit and can lead to variety of rewarding careers. So it's not only that one or two career is waiting for you. There are n number of, you can say, a list of many attractive career which is waiting outside. So though the development of critical thinking, communication and empathetic skill, it works on well equipped students so that he can succeed in his life and can go to a wider range of his field. So think again that if you are not taking a art subject in 21st century, that why and how the communicate, how this humanities matter a lot for the children and how arts should be taken in 21st century. So to conclude, I would like to say here that the significance of humanities with all the subjects in the education, it cannot be overstated. Understanding the essence of humanities stream is essential for those seeking to embrace a holistic development, holistic education, and holistic areas. So, again, concluding it with a very beautiful quotation that human knowledge and skill alone cannot lead humanity to a happy and dignified life. Humanity has every reason to place the proclaimers of high skills, standards, and values above the discoverers of objective truth. So, this is how we can say that in 21st century, our subject, art subject, humanities subject matters a lot. Thank you so much for the patience listening. Thank you so much, ma'am. Ma'am, you are mute. Screen. Hmm.
Yes, a very wonderful session given by you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
You told us like there is a couplet. साधु इतना दीजिए जामे कुटुम समाए मैं भी भूखा ना रहूं साधु न भूखा जाए. So that feeling is being given by the humanity subject. And
Yes.
for that reason, we are supposed to. Because when we talk about science, we are talking about today only. We are talking about individual benefit. And when we talk about humanity, we all have enjoyed. I mean, some people took Corona as a curse. No doubt, it was a curse. But in that
Yes.
Corona, we came close. We understood one another.
Very
That
true,
was,
ma'am.
yeah, that was medical science was also there to save us, but humanity was behind everything.
Because somewhere
Nobody,
or the other, emotions they have binded us.
yes, nobody died because of bread.
Yeah,
कि रोटी
true.
नहीं है तो हम भूखे रह गए, नहीं. साइंस की वजह से जो दिक्कत आई तो हमने अपना जीवन गंवाया.
Right,
If we
right.
look at
Very right.
if we look at our Ayurveda, वहां भी कहते हैं ना कि लंबी गहरी सांस लीजिए.
Hmm.
हम लौटे अपनी ह्यूमैनिटी में ही. So well said, ma'am. I
Thank
request
you.
you, along with your team, whenever you got time, please visit the university so
Sure,
we
ma'am.
can sit together, we can enjoy this knowledge, the interaction, the exchange of words. Thank you
Thank you
so
so much,
much,
ma'am.
ma'am.
It would be
Thank
wonderful
you.
meeting with you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for sparing time for us. Thank you so much.
Can